Happy Canada Day to all my Canadian partners. I am not in Canada today, as you know. An extended period of time away from my family. It's feeling a little weird. We're going on a week now, and over the next week or two, Amy and I are going to see each other sporadically as we get Ollie to play baseball, and the girls, Amy very smartly put the kids in some camp over there. Now, if you have children, you know you wouldn't be able to operate like I do, where it's okay, well, camp's Tuesday, tomorrow we'll just drop by and see if we can get you in. No, you have to sign them up many moons in advance. So Amy, again, on top of things, just knowing that it was going to be a bit of a chaotic summer, had put them in some camps over there. She might be even sharper and doubled down and put them in some camps over here too. I don't know. Everybody in the McDonald family is busy right now. So, there wasn't a whole lot to talk about today. Yesterday was kind of a light schedule for us, right? We had, I thought that Stay Close raced well. I thought that Arrowhead Hanover raced well. I had a couple of emails from people today a little angry about Arrowhead Hanover and My Wicked Heart. And we'll talk about a lot of that stuff in a minute. Every so often I get an email from somebody saying, Anthony, what's wrong with whoever? My Wicked Heart. Well, truthfully speaking, I'm an optimistic person, and it frustrates me a little bit when I get an email like this and somebody is surprised that My Wicked Heart just hasn't panned out. We hoped, right? She showed flashes. She might have some talent. She might be able to be okay, but that would be us hopefully and very optimistically extrapolating from data that may or may not have been there, right? Somebody said, well, you guys seem very optimistic about this filly all year. I'm very optimistic about every horse we have right up until it races. And quite frankly, to the people, my partners on My Wicked Heart, you may not have to look any further than Gorgeous Package, who is probably one of the horses with the lowest expectations when we broke her. Next to nothing, didn't cost a whole lot of money, very similar, not bred near as well as My Wicked Heart, so very similar type of horse. And you do never know. There'd be no point in me saying, oh, I just think this horse trained terrible today. No. Oh, I always will try and highlight their strengths, work on their weaknesses, and when it comes to a horse like My Wicked Heart, I don't think I have ever, and this isn't somebody being angry, but I need to be as clear as I can with everybody. It doesn't matter whether it's the news I gave you about My Wicked Heart or my concerns I gave you for He's a Great Guy. He may or may not be good enough. I have no idea until they start racing. And I'm pretty sure every single video I ever make about our babies comes with the same caveat from time to time, at the very least. So, when it comes to My Wicked Heart, unfortunately, it doesn't look like she is going to be a stable horse. And I get the email also from people. Well, can we not just race her a little bit to see if she's any better? It's okay, no problem. No, we can't. We're going to race her until the 14th of July, because that is the next sale at Preferred. There's one ongoing right now. I'm going to bid on one horse in this sale, and since this video can't possibly load before the sale, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to bid on Lockheed Martin. 2 or 3 of our clients have messaged me today asking about it. I was already looking at the horse. But we are going to begin selling a few more horses. We are going to acquire the horses that do well. Look at the classes we do well at Northfield Park. This isn't rocket science. Non-winners are 2, 3, 4, up to 7 on the trot, and on the pace a little bit lately, I guess. At Northfield, non-winners are 1, 2, 3 better horses. Non-winners are 5 to 8, like 3-point Blue Chip at the Meadows. Open pacers, open trotters. Stay away from the claimers for the most part. Move the horses that aren't competitive. Try to bring in new ones that are. This isn't rocket science. This isn't, the Colonel's secret recipe leaked online. This is what we've been doing the whole time. So no, my Wicked Heart can't stay. Not because she's not a likable horse. I genuinely like the filly. Can't stay because she's not good enough. That's the way it is. Don't think I missed the break by Don't Talk About Bruno today. I'm a little disappointed. I know that young Ratchford kid had the horse geared up to leave. You're probably not going to get around the one anyway. Maybe be a little conservative. That's easy to say in hindsight, right? How many times have I ever put a horse on the run? Lots. But he made a break. This can't continue. Can't continue to happen. And I don't know that Don't Talk About Bruno is good enough to come over here and win in 59 like Militant did. So that's where he's going to start. I could easily say, well, we'll just take him over here and do what? Eat grass? Walk him around the barn area? I'm not going to bring him here unless he's good enough to win. It's disappointing that the Prospect Series has even got tough enough now that we couldn't do in there. And George of the Jungle, I thought he got around the track great. I think that Lauren almost drove it good. Sat fourth, but first and second horses are a country mile ahead. The only one he got to beat's in the 3-hole. He went to go around him down the backstretch. It looked like he was going to beat him, and nope, he did not. He came back on and beat him. Hindsight. What are you going to do? We all have that. But you know what I wanted to do? Aside from talk about, we got 5 more horses in today. But I don't want to talk about those 5 horses. I want to run through a lot of people. One of my friends and partners today, Randy Hutchinson, texted me and said, why is Country Dancing in the Stallion Series? Well, she qualified in 2 minutes. She trained in 57.4, 58, which was good. I'm of the belief that the Sire Stakes are probably going to go in 53. And she's not ready to go there. And keep in mind, I was surprised to get the message, but again, maybe that's my fault for communication. And as I was about to say, keep in mind, I strive to treat everybody's money like it's mine. Everybody's horses like they're mine. I thought that Country Dancing in the Stallion Series was a slam dunk. Doesn't appear that way. That's on me. My apologies to Randy. Another person said, Anthony, I thought we were qualifying Century Legion on Tuesday. Well, 2 reasons we can't. One, he'd got work done, and the withdrawal time leads him to Friday, not Tuesday. Secondly, making a break on Friday and then coming back on Tuesday would be an absolute necessity qualifier. That is, this horse has to qualify Tuesday or else. He doesn't, though. So he said, well, he has to race on the 9th. No, he doesn't. He's going to race in the grassroots. Why would I put that horse in the gold coming off 2 breaks? Again, just to me, it seemed like a no-brainer. I'm arguing with myself over where we should put Chicago Hall as first start. And I think he's probably the best Ontario-bred trotter we've ever had, maybe. Maybe. That's saying a lot. We had Renegade Gypsy, we had Resolute Bay, way back when we had Rose Run Speedster. We had a number of nice horses. That's how highly I think of Chicago Hall, and I wasn't sure where he should go until we got the blood work back, until we got the, talk to the vet, formulated a plan. I wasn't certain myself. And there's still a quiet little voice inside me saying, don't be greedy. Grassroots not bad. So I wanted to go through the entire stable and just look and see, is there anything else that maybe has gone unsaid, miscommunicated, not communicated? I did want to turn 4 or 5 horses out. At least 4 of them for 6 to 8 weeks. One of them, high hopes. I'd like to just get her out in the grass and just give her a little reset. I don't see any lameness there. I don't see any reason why she shouldn't be racing. But she doesn't feel as fresh and sharp and sound as she should, so maybe 3 weeks off wouldn't kill her. And now that I said it out loud, 3 weeks. Not 5, not 6, not 8, 3. So I'm going to go through the whole list real quick for you. Allie's Got Grit had a little temperature today, but that horse is slated to That horse is slated to, I was going to say qualify Thursday, but could. Geez, Thursday's a bugger of a day too, isn't it? I have to go to Scioto Thursday afternoon, so I guess we'll try and figure out what race I'm in and see if we can qualify some horses on Thursday. Otherwise, they can wait until Tuesday at the Meadows, I suppose, or Thursday of next week. But Allie's got grids pretty well ready to go. Hasn't schooled, I guess. There's that. We'll see. Arrowhead Hanover up to date. A Trant could qualify this Thursday. I'm going to train her slow mile tomorrow. We'll see. Aunt Lily is in the Next Generation on Saturday. She should be ready to rock. Bluebird Tuxedo Hill, probably a week away. I don't think they have the schoolers on Wednesday anymore, so they'll have to wait until qualifying day and go behind the gate at that point. I was in 2.8 with him last week. He's been healthy, feeling good, and eating good since. So ready to go mile in 2.4 or 2.5. That's a possibility for Thursday. I can't go with him. Jason can. Where are we at now? Bluebird. Blue Ventura is racing in the pop-up series on Saturday. Cadeau is going to the Next Generation he's going to train tomorrow. He is going to the Next Generation on Saturday. That should be fun. Captain Incredible has been in 210 with Harry in Ontario. Now, I know Harry very well. He's laying the foundation to ask for an extension. An extension past July 15th for this horse. And I'm more apt to give him one. He raves about this horse. I'm more apt to give him an extension. So we'll see how this plays out. But the horse is training now good, getting very, very close. Century Legion, we are going to qualify on Friday. Now I am going to break my neck to get back to qualify this horse on Friday. I told you, Thursday afternoon we're racing. I'll leave wherever I'm at Thursday, Scioto, and head back to Ontario after the races. I guess I don't have enough time for the fireworks. What are the fireworks like in Buffalo, I wonder? We'll see. I don't want to go through Detroit. Actually, it says Marion, it says go through Detroit. Okay. Chicago Hall trained him a slow mile on, he could probably train a slow mile on Friday, actually. We could do that on Friday. We'll see what Dominic wants to do about that, because I would like to qualify Century Legion and qualify Chicago Hall. Country Dancing is starting in the Stallion Series. My apologies to Randy. I just seemed like a no-brainer to me that's where we would go first time out. Dancing by Myself, going to the field. I love this horse. The horses that I'm about to talk about that are going to the field are quality animals. They just struggle to get by that last hurdle. Then I look at our calendar and say, well, if you can't race right now, when will you be able to race? And how effective will you be? Dancing by Myself is one of our best colts training down. I've seen this movie before, and I don't want his attitude to turn or his work ethic. So let's just let him grow up. That's my 2 cents. Dancing by My Socks, trailing position. All I want to do was go to the fair and start on the starting gate. Now I got the trailing position at a fair. Not preferable, I can tell you that. He's going to get some education on Wednesday. Fire and Shine is going to get some on Tuesday. Now I'm going to ask everybody a question. And I know my wife doesn't have near enough time to watch all these videos. But I'm going to ask everybody, all my partners on Fire and Shine. I'm in the 2nd and 14th. If I leave after the second race and drive directly to Brantford, Ontario, I can get there 25 minutes before my son plays baseball. Next week is going to be very hard and very difficult to watch him play baseball. This will mean that I'll be in the 2nd, but I will not be in the 14th race with Fire and Shine. I'm going to look to find a suitable replacement for me for Fire and Shine. I do apologize in advance, but considering my schedule, I would rather surprise my family and show up at Brantford, even though I know I have to leave after the ball game and go back to Marion, Ohio for the next day. So that's what I would like to do tomorrow, if you don't mind. Foxy Seaside pop-up series again with her. Really happy with Foxy and the way she's been racing. That will be Friday. Friday I'll be very busy. Friday morning I have to leave Ontario right after the qualifier because we got a long night ahead of me at the Meadows. A lot of racing. I want to get a good night's sleep. After that, I might even stay at the Meadows. Get up in the morning, just relax, and probably race a couple of horses at the Meadows. But I just had received an email yesterday from my old buddy, my old watchdog, Greg. He's always looking out for me. He said, Anthony, I'm pretty sure the races start at 3 o'clock on Saturday, in which case I won't be able to go to the Meadows on Saturday. If that's the case, then that's the case. What else do we got here? Foxy. Freedom Hill looks great. She's going to race in the pop-up series on Friday, I believe. Gaslight Hall is training down good. Now, they couldn't train Saturday because it was a monsoon. They're going to train tomorrow. I'm just waiting for an update from Dominic and Danny on how they train tomorrow. Gorgeous Package looks great. I'm going to train her in the morning. I'm going to call our blacksmith, actually. I want all 4 of those next generation horses shod before we train them, which I don't like. But I want to get a very good look at them tomorrow training. Probably a little vet work done after that. We'll start with some fluids and make sure they are in the best form they can. Obviously, we all go to bed thinking we're going to win all 4. I just want to see our horses be well represented by the stable. The stable will be well represented by our horses. Saturday night, or Saturday afternoon, I guess, at the next generation. That would be what I would like. Grand old chap. He's looking good. Carla has him looking good on the cross ties. Track still seems a little off left front. I'm pretty sure that's at foot, not EPM. He looks extremely healthy right now. Looks very, very good. Carla's done a great job with this horse. Grand Slam Dio, I had a very good conversation with Scott today. Had a very good conversation with Eric today. Just looking at plans for Sunday, Monday. Training the horses up, getting them ready. How do we want to prepare them? How do we hope they look? Fillies are in a little tougher. My biggest concern in my eyes will be focus. Now, Scott has told me that he believes Pennsylvania is going to be a bit of a buzzsaw, and after looking at the divisions, he thinks that the horse should stay in Kentucky. I'm still not sold on it, but it is a fair way of thinking. It's sound. So maybe we will just leave him in Kentucky for the start. I'm watching him super close. Green Glitter is going to race on Friday. She'll either race in the maiden or division of the pop-up series. I kind of wanted to keep her out of the pop-up series. She wants no part of Freedom Hill right now. It may not want any part of the other filly right now either that we're bringing over there, Rosetta. She's going to race on Friday, and then that'll be it. I looked, and I'm like, we don't ever paid in the kindergarten because she's mostly Kentucky. So what's the point of sending her to New Jersey a week early? She may not even get raced. Why don't we just race her in the Meadows in the pop-up series and then down in New Jersey? So that's the plan there. Gymboree, again, I'm going to train her tomorrow and see how she feels. But all the horses, Eric said all the horses are good. Said it's been crazy hot. The track's been really loose. But the weather broke for a couple of days. The track's a little tighter. We're going to get them trained up and see how they are this week. He's a great guy. I talked about he's a great guy. Big, strong colt. Kind of slow. So what are we going to do with he's a great guy? I don't know yet. We're going to find out soon enough. I think it's only fair to give the horse a shot anyway. I'm pretty sure his first stake race is the 12th or 13th or something of July. So we'll see how that plays out. High hopes. I'd like to give this filly 3 weeks. I said a month. I said 5 weeks. I meant 3. 3 weeks in the field, just to let her freshen up a little bit. I don't see anything wrong with her mechanically. Mentally, she just might need a break and just settle down. I think there's a decent horse in there. Could be a good horse in there, but she needs to show me some consistency. That's what we're looking for. That's what we're lacking, and that's what we're after. I Don't Play Nice will race his first start, possibly even in the Buckeye. This is a very similar situation as Century Legion. This horse was our next generation horse for 6, 7, 8 weeks. Then he wasn't. And now I'm thinking of racing him in the grassroots, the Buckeye, to start with. Much like Century Legion. Just because I want to see the horse get a good shot, good start. I'm a Trucker is gonna. I might train I'm a Trucker tomorrow. He looks good. Looks very, very good in the barn. Back jogging now for 3-4 weeks. He'll be back training soon. I'm Ready Too is out in the field. He's going to remain out in the field for a little bit. Leggy. She bounced around the stall today. No bandage on, no nothing, not a lot of swelling in her leg. Man, I want to get a straight prognosis. You know, I don't think the filly's going to make it. He's going to make a race, not a stake race this season. Does she go in the field? When does that happen? I think I misjudged this injury. I thought it was a little bit more severe than it appears it was. So I don't know, to be honest, what the prognosis is for Leggy. I know she needed time off. So if I ask the vet this week or next week, does it really matter? It might matter to you because you would have a better idea, but she's going to need some time off for sure. LT Troubadour is racing at the Marion Fair on Wednesday. I like this colt. I think he's got a shot to have a bright start to his year, too. That was a great qualifier, 2-1, last quarter, 29 seconds. I expect good things from him this year. Do I expect him to be a sire stake horse? No, I don't. But I expect him to be an effective horse for us. Manhattan Money looked great in his first start. I think with the shoeing changes that we have coming, could be a much, much better horse moving forward. I like what I saw there the other day, and I think there's a lot of improvement to be had, and that says a lot for a horse to try to have at 57 apiece. Melisandre, I'm definitely gonna train tomorrow. I gotta get up early tomorrow. I better be at the barn at 7 o'clock. I'm gonna be up early tomorrow. Melisandre's got to train. Memento Mori. Scotty and I had a long conversation, and a good portion of that conversation was about Memento Mori. He said, you know, what do you think of him on the front? I said, well, we tried to keep him away from the front when he was training down because he was warm, but he did find it. Listen, the horse is a little warm because he's just super competitive. Front, first over, hole, it don't matter. He's going to fight. He said, good. I think you're probably going to see Scotty remove this horse back to the front this week, if I was to guess. Mountaineer Prince, one thing I didn't think about was a flight. Now, obviously, this would be negative dollars, but when it comes to getting these horses back on track, if Donnie is planning on racing in big, how's that place called? I can't think of it right now. It's on the tip of my tongue. Anyway, I googled it. It's 5.5 hours away, but there's a airport right there. And surely it's not that expensive to fly from here to there. I don't know. It's on the tip of my tongue. Anyway, one of our clients, David, had reached out to me and said, listen, I don't think it's worth coming, you know, just to get these horses squared away. But if you do come, I'd be happy to pick you up and chauffeur you around. I didn't even think of that. So now it is back on the table, depending on the date, if I can make it or not. We'll see. My Wicked Heart, as I said, a lot of conversation about My Wicked Heart today, and I don't have anything negative to say about her. So what? She's not fast enough. Can't help that. No one knows until. Did you think that Gorgeous Package was going to be a next generation filly? I wasn't even sure she was going to be a legitimate Buckeye filly. In May and April, certainly in March, but push comes to shove, you get to the gate, you turn into a nice horse, or you don't. And My Wicked Heart just isn't. I'm not angry at My Wicked Heart at all. Never Lose Felix, another horse. I just sent a message to a gentleman that just bought a share of Never Lose Felix. Literally, like 2-3 days ago. Harv. I said, sir, I like the colt. I think he's got talent. He's got speed. There's no denying he has speed. But he does make breaks. And he's just not physically or mentally mature to race. We're trying to go slow with him and give him time. I saw that you just bought a share. You know, if you'd rather trade for horse racing or if you want out of the share, I'd be happy to buy it back off you. Because I actually like the horse. Now I haven't heard back from the gentleman, but we're going to turn Never Lose Felix out for 6 weeks. I think there's a horse in there. I think there is. And we'll see. Pelican Al is going to remain out. As I said, I've told everybody this. When Jacob says, hey, Pelican Al looks good, bring him back. But not until. Princess Dream is training down great. Very happy with the reports I hear and what I've seen. Did get to talk to Harry about Resolve Indeed. He said she looks amazing. He really likes her. Rosa and AJ is awesome. I galloped Rosa and Alexandra today. Now, why? It's very important. So she'd hit her knee. There's some swelling in her knee. It's still big. But what horses won't do on the run is hit their knee. So I galloped her today, and I was surprised. Usually when you gallop horses the first time, they're unsure of themselves. We've spent so long keeping them from doing it. They're unsure of themselves. Her, she just rolled into a gallop. I went a mile and 2-2 last half and 58 with her on the run. Don't get too excited. That's not a massive mile. I galloped Great Bet in 55 at the farm before 5 days before he won here at Northfield. Having said that, she did it super easy. So her cardio is still up there. Her lungs are A1. We're just working to get this knee down. Then we're going to have to tinker with her shoes again and see if we can't get her square. She's there. I just don't want to hurt the filly. So we're being super careful with her. We'll probably run her at least another 1 or 2 times before we go and snap her in the race bike to go a mile with her. You may just see her show up in the Buckeye also. You might. She's already qualified. I just don't want to put her in a position to exasperate that injury. So we're being very careful with Rosa and Alexander. Rosetta will race in the pop-up series this week. She sits at the bar. Lame some days, sound some days, off and on, I guess, as this injury plays itself out. It's a very rare injury, so there's nothing to compare it to for me. There's no infection. The SAA test is 0, so there's no infection there. This is all rehab, healing. So I'm not a vet. I'm not a radiologist. I can't tell you surgeon. I can't tell you exactly. I know that I've spoke to 3 people that said they've never seen an injury like this before. So how it heals, when it heals, what it looks like, what the prognosis is all up in the air because we have nothing to compare it to. But injuries generally heal. It was a clean injury, so it should heal at some point. Now what you're on the lookout for is arthritis, right? There doesn't appear to be an abundance of it just yet. Dr. Latessa was happily surprised when he x-rayed her the other day. So that's where we're at with she sits at the bar. No, everybody's on pins and needles, but worst case scenario, she's a broodmare. Best case scenario, we have a great filly for 2025. Anything in between is okay by me. I jumped over, because I'm only on 2-year-olds. I'll go right through the whole list. How's that? Southwind Ibex, he's just too big. He's going out in the field. Speed of Sound, gigantic, going out in the field. These horses, 4, 5, 6 weeks out in the field should be plenty for them. But they need some time off. The Priest is going to race in the pop-up series in Pennsylvania on Friday. It's a good place to start him, and then we'll send him down to Indiana and get him started up. Somebody said, well, why can't we just go and race him in the stakes? Because he's been in 2-1 and they're going to go in 56. That's a good reason. And if we're just going to race him for some exposure and some education, then let's do it where he just qualified. We're going to race him in the pop-up series on Friday. Trevino on Green is going out to the field. I was. Danny said he was better the other day, and he thinks he's going to school him this week, I believe. I heard him say that. Wander Hill is at the fair on Wednesday. You're likely going to see Wander Hill in the sale on the 14th. You guys know that, right? Now let's see how he races. I hope that he's a great guy. I hope they come forward and change my mind over the next 14 days. But as of right now, there's a very good chance you're going to see one or both of those horses in the sale. Horse you won't see in the sale is Westland Warrior. I talked quickly about him earlier. Really excited to see this horse this week. I was torn on where to race him. Scotty was the one that changed my mind. He is going to race in Kentucky this week, and we'll see how he goes. Woodmere Betcha. This is a week-by-week, a bi-weekly checkup on Woodmere Betcha until we get a green light from her. That might be in 2 weeks. That might be in a month or more. I don't know. But when that tiny little hole in her tendon heals up and she's comfortable on it, she's not lame. She's sound. Jamie Smith is jogging her every day, I'm told, which he was told to do. But can't push the button, can't drop the hammer until that little hole is cleaned up. Emerald Dio training good. Arson looks great. Blanton's Blue is going to race at Goshen, and then he's going to come back to Northfield Park in all likelihood. Both him and Really Don't Care for sure is coming back to Northfield Park. Blanton's Blue, I believe, will come back to Northfield Park after Goshen. I think both those horses can be very effective right here when you're just to the periphery of being able to do, then it really is worth pivoting, especially in New York where every race is like 6 hours away, right? 6 hours here, 3 hours here, 2 hours here. You really have to be one of the better ones to make it work, and these guys, both of them, are just not quite there, but still should be super effective overnight horses. Where did we go? I jumped over a bunch here. No, Arson Blanton's Blue Born to Dance is going good. He's going to Thursday to Scioto for the Buckeye. Dominion is going to race again. This guy here is he's getting close. Like, he's run out of excuses now. He's getting really close to leaving. We'll see. Don't talk about Bruno again. A horse. I can't help but thinking to myself here, we cursed Crantini because he was so crazy and left so much money on the table, and everybody cursed Macho Martini at another barn because he was so crazy and left so much money on the table. And here we got the brother, doesn't do anything wrong, makes the odd break, just not fast. So can he do somewhere? I don't know. We're going to look into that for sure. Drebin, he certainly can. He's been racing great. Happy with him. Flashfly coming back in another week. We'll bring her back to Northfield Park and start going with her and get her ready to race in the overnights throughout the latter part of the summer and into the fall. George of the Jungle should have been third today. All right, he was fourth. It's not the end of the world. It was grassroots. We'll figure out a spot for old Georgie here soon enough. I think he's going to be a very effective horse for us. Just not a stake horse that we wanted, obviously, but c'est la vie. Great Bet should be doing well tonight. Should do well tonight at Northfield Park. He's 9 to 5 morning line. Gypsy Hill will be in to go Thursday at. I'm waiting for the draw to see what's going to happen here, but it looks he's going to be in Thursday at Scioto. Hallie in the Clouds, again, another horse. Just need to get this filly moving forward. Just need to get her moving forward, and hopefully we can soon enough. I'm Fancy Like was fantastic the other day. Here's the epitome of a horse still. As good as she was the other day, not a Buckeye horse. She pays 52-3, won in 54-2 at Northfield. Might be able to pick up some points in a Buckeye at Northfield, but if you happen to roll down to Scioto, apparently 52-2 is what it takes, or 52-1 to win a Buckeye. Hard to believe, isn't it? But a pretty good overnight horse. Insider Trading sadly did not get in fold to Jim Pensy. We're going to bring her back and start her back up. One of my partners said, I guess she's just a dud. Well, no, she's not a dud. She took her 2-year-old mark at 56. She didn't come back as good as we hoped, but it's a long year. And just because she is not a sire stake or even a Stallion Series horse right now doesn't mean she can't be an effective horse. She just has not hit her best stride yet in 2024. Irresistible Sun has. He was awesome his last start and continues to look pretty good. So I'm really happy with what I see from Irresistible Sun. Lonely Lakewood looked great the other day also. I am really, really happy with what I've seen from Lonely Lakewood. Lonely Lakewood this year, a winner. That's not true. I would like to see him a sire stake or Stallion Series horse. He looked good the other day. I think the Stallion Series does come to Philadelphia next. So depending on how he races on Wednesday, we could have a depending on how he races on Wednesday, we could have a pretty interesting finish to the year for Lonely Lakewood, starting to come into his own and feel confident and comfortable on the track. So I'm eager to see what he does. Lover's Play was a little sore after her last race, and she still is again today. We're going to work on her foot a little bit. We're going to have the vet have a look at her. But it's so hard. When you have an injury on your right hind, you obviously zero in on that injury, but I'm not so certain that that's it. I'm not so certain that it's all. If it's some, fine. Can we work with it? But it's not all. So I need Dr. Latessa to have a look at her tomorrow. Mel Gibbs-Swan, they said that injury that he had is healing in nicely. They're going to start jogging him tomorrow. What does that mean? I don't know yet. As I said to one of my partners, Harold, on Mel Gibbs-Swan, we'll know when I hear from Dr. Carter. And he says, this is what I see, this is what I think, this is what I want to see, this is when I believe. If I see all that, this is when I believe he'll be ready to go. That conversation has not taken place yet. Memory and Imagination was awesome the other day. Really happy with Memory and Imagination. Militant looks good. Looks really, really good. You know, when you talk about horses can turn around, here's a horse that could make a face like a racehorse. When he went to Kentucky, you know, they were always taking him off the gate, and he just looked lost. He looked like a little kid in the forest. And then came to Pennsylvania, went that big mile, get up the inside and won, and absolutely obliterated them the last 2 weeks in Northfield. I'm interested to see what this guy's going to do the rest of the summer. Mounds for All, the injury is there, but he's sound on his foot. Apparently there is a little fracture in his left hind P3. He's sound on it. Walking around, sound on it. There's no swelling. There's no discomfort. And the fact that they missed it on an x-ray on that day. And it took an MRI to find the fracture line leads me to believe it's a small fracture. Nevertheless, we've learned one thing over the last little while. 4 to 6 weeks it takes to heal a fracture. So I suspect, you know what we could do? In another 2 weeks, we can maybe get him in the pool if Dr. Latessa thinks he can. That's a possibility. I haven't thought about that. I'm going to ask Dr. Latessa about that today. Where are we at? Our boy Mounts for All. Pickpocket training tomorrow. As I said to Eric, I think we should protect this horse above all else. In a normal world, we would train Pickpocket in 59 tomorrow. I wouldn't do that. I think 210 would be lots. We can't have him super tight if we're going to jeopardize him bleeding. His bleeding looks like it's slowing. Yeah, there were a few specks in his last race, but not a lot there. And if we continue to mitigate that, and Kathy and Eric continue to do a good job in this horse, hopefully by the time we roll into Lexington, Kentucky, we have this shored up and we can race him a little more comfortably. So I don't want to jeopardize that. I think just 2.8, 210 on Lasix, by the way, would be the best course of action for Pickpocket. Prince Charmers racing good. Again, got the right horse in the right class. Also eligible on Thursday. I believe he's entered back for Saturday, so we'll see. Pull the Shoes in full. Our girl is in full to Tactical Approach, so that's cool. I haven't heard any news yet on Punch the Clock for Albert Partners. Purple People Eater racing great all summer long. Ready for Landing has now found a consistent turn of foot, so I'm interested to see where this is going to lead. Sunset Acres Girl has not. A break in her last start. I'm doing my best to help from. What am I going to do? Donnie is an experienced and fairly decorated horseman, a sharp guy, and I'm sure that he will get to the bottom of these horses. Big Rapids, that's the name of the place. It's not far from Grand Rapids. There's an airport in Grand Rapids. If Donnie is going to Big Rapids, which I have no idea if he is or he is not, and if I can get away, I will try and get there. How's that? Big Rapids. Right. Really Don't Care is coming back to... I jumped over Really Don't Care. She's coming back to Northfield tomorrow. We want to get her looked at, get her patched up, and see where we're going to race her. Sweeney is in to go tomorrow also. Brett and Stacy likes... Everybody likes Sweeney. Everyone likes Sweeney. He's a likable horse. He's going to have to start racing better. Time Is on My Side, I believe, is going to qualify tomorrow. Chris Lem said he'd go with him for me. Oh, that is loud. Victory Blue Chip. Disappointing break in his last start. I thought he raced well his first start and then made, as I said, a disappointing break in his last outing. Hopefully he can bounce back. I don't think we're going to race him Saturday because I want to drive him. It'll be the following Wednesday, so a week from Wednesday he will race. Watch Your Mouth. Hopefully we get this guy going soon. He's another horse. He's just got to do better. He's got to do better. Widespread Panic did not get in the non-winners of 2. This is so frustrating to me because he is not Pennsylvania owned or bred. He gets in after. If they need him, he gets in. That's it. Well, I need him to be racing, so he's going to Indiana. Do I think he's mentally ready to join the Ron Burke stable and race in Indiana? I am skeptical. I am. But Pennsylvania has forced our hand. There's nothing I can do about it. We need to get the horse racing. We can't get him raced in Pennsylvania, so he's going to have to go to Indiana. Now we're going to start with some of the H horses real quick. Brace for Landings, Indigo. Tonight he's buried. Good luck. Collector S looks like he's racing well and has found a good class there. He fits that for a while. Kenobi qualified this week. He's going to start racing soon. Save America's next start will be in Pennsylvania, I believe. Spitfire Overseas has turned out for a little bit. He'll be back in soon enough. I think we're looking at about 3 weeks off for him. Stay Special in full to Monty Mickey. Maybe I didn't tell everybody that. Tactical Mounds is not in full to Monty Mickey. She is a nice mare, one of the best horses we've ever had, and racing great, looked great the other night. Texan Soprano also looked great the other day, looking great. All Gas No Brakes did not get in the other day. I never noticed till right now. That's frustrating. I guess he's going to have to sit and be in this week. Don't like sitting. Greatest Ending is racing tonight. Somebody said, can we just get him off a half? If it was that easy, if it was just getting him off a half, he'd still be in Pennsylvania or Plainridge, or he'd be at Mohawk or the Meadowlands. It's not just a half. The complexities to keep this horse comfortable, sound, not tied up is perplexing sometimes. And Jason's done a great job. We've tried to keep it simple. It was funny. I couldn't remember what they called it before. The KISS method. Keep it simple, stupid. And that's what we're trying to do with Greatest Ending. He raced great in Scioto. He's in to go... No, he's not in tonight. He's in Wednesday. I apologize. He's in Wednesday, I believe, and expecting a good race from him. JK Victory continues to race good. Looks like money. A little flat his last few starts, but hopefully a bounce back after a win last week will help. Renegade Gypsy, I talked extensively about him. I thought he got interfered with the other day. Serious Dragon is in tonight. State Park, it says in full. Even I didn't know that. Good job, Amy. I don't know if you're correct yet, though. We'll see. My Jazz is in full to Captain Corey. That is such an exciting horse. Exciting proposition right there. No Free Lunch looked great the other night. Capistrano is in full also. Globetrotting says in full, Amy. She is not confirmed in full yet. Amy was changing all the notations today. She's not confirmed in full yet. Hopeful, but not confirmed in full yet. Muscle Chrome, not confirmed in full yet, Amy. Path of Totality is confirmed in full. Stay Close race good last night. I think a bounce back race next week will be good for him. Kings County, it sounds like Yannick Gingras is going to drive Kings County on Thursday, I believe. Delicious Stone, DK is going to race soon. I've been saying that for a while. I'm going to train him tomorrow. We'll see how he trains. And Patrick DePrano most definitely will be in on Saturday. There! 41 minutes! An entire update. I hope. I jumped over 3 Point Blue Chip too. How did I do that? And Yo Mister. 3 Point Blue Chips racing great. We'll race on Friday or Saturday. Yo Mister's in tonight. A Glare AM confirmed in full. My God, what is wrong with my eyes? Anyway, hopefully everybody is updated now. We do have some horses I'm looking to turn out for a bit. I shouldn't have said that because now I'm trying to think of the names right off the top of my head. Never Lose Felix. High Hopes. Speed of Sound is 3. Right ahead of Speed of Sound is the other one. Southwind Idex is 4. I think there's a 5th one, right? I think there is. Anyway, those are the horses going out. That's why they're going out. We have some horses that are going to be up for sale. You guys know who they are. You know, we talked about My Wicked Heart and Don't Talk About Bruno, and horses that just need to do more. We'll see how that plays out over the next little while. But for right now, I'm going to let you go. I'm going to talk to you all very soon. I hope you're having a wonderful day, a wonderful Canada Day if you're in Canada. If not, you're in the U.S. or somewhere else in the world, I hope you're having a wonderful Monday. Take care.